Drop that rifle on your gun belts. Driver, climb down and unload the shipment. You keep your hands up.
Three minutes faster than last time. Not good enough. I put the bags back on the coach.
All right, get your hands up, all of you. How about hunting table venison? Looks like I found something bigger than that.
You made a mistake, Sheriff. We're not hold-up men. We've got a claim over the hill. We're sending ore samples to Virginia City for assay. My name is Fillmore. Jameson Fillmore, Sheriff.
Ore? Those don't look like ore bags to me.
Reverend, kneel down and open up those bags for the sheriff. Show him.
He's dead. You and your rehearsals. You fixed it this time, Fillmore. You wrecked it. Good.
You're getting old, Testy. You're losing your nerve. You do exactly as I tell you. Take the deputy, put him in the coach, tie the horse behind him. You saw him on a lonely road, and you're taking him into Virginia City like the good citizens that you are.
Just might work.
It'll work.
You're right, that's gonna work. But if we do get our hands on that currency shipment, we've got the Ponderosa to cross, posses everywhere, and the best trackers in Nevada on our trail.
You're losing faith in me, Reverend.
Oh, no. But I spent 4 years in prison, and I'm not particularly anxious to go back.
Reverend, you're gonna go on preaching the gospel to these poor lost souls until I tell you to stop. For your information, there won't be any trails to follow. Because we're going straight across Lake Tahoe. And we're going to do it in Ben Cartwright's brand new boat. Boat 7,000 feet in the sky. And we're going to use it on the biggest holdup ever pulled.
You hear about Sunday, Pa?
Comes once a week, I understand.
I mean next Sunday.
What about next Sunday, Julie?
We're going to be a picnic and a dance and a barn raising over at the OB Ranch. Candy's going and Horse and Joe and just everybody.
I expect there'll be a few who'll miss the happy occasion.
I know you're awful busy with freight shipments practically doubling every month. But even so...
Julie, do you realize that this is the greatest opportunity a sailor ever had? There's room on Lake Tahoe for a whole fleet to open up this new country. With the help of God and Ben Cartwright, we could be part of it.
I know, but...
That's in the future. And you're worried about the present. Julie, I think we can go to that party.
Oh,
I'll take the wheel. I'm sure that your social activities will take up a lot of time.
thank you, Papa.
Captain Larson's got her right on time. Pretty as a $40 colt, ain't she? A little bit different from some of them clipper ships you sail, huh, Paul?
Yeah. I'll tell you, she's gonna be all right. Till we get some good roads, that's the best way to carry heavy freight around here. She'll pay her way and then some.
No passengers permitted.
Good afternoon, Captain.
When did you come aboard?
Oh, I hopped aboard just before you left the South Shore. You were busy, Nels. Nice. Almost as big as the place we once shared together for so long. Cell 241. Cell Block D, in case you've forgotten.
What do you want?
An introduction to Ben Cartwright. I am Jameson Fillmore, lumberman from San Francisco.
Just introduce you. Is that all?
That's all.
I'll think about it. Get out. Let me dock this ship.
Tell you one thing, Caddy, it's a good thing I'm running that cow camp instead of you. You throw that rope, I don't think you'd catch anything but a cold.
Not a rope, landlubber, it's a line.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Papa and I will make a sail out of you yet, Candy.
I wouldn't count on that, Julie. I still can't make a cowhand out of him.
Why, he handled the boat practically all by himself last 3 times.
3 trips. Only hit the dock twice. That's 1 out of 3. That's not too bad.
Don't try to explain my skills to him, Julie. He's jealous because I get to spend so much time with you.
Hey, wait for me, Captain Kid. I'll give you a hand. Thanks a lot.
Julie?
Hi.
Well, Nels, have a good trip?
Fine, fine. Thank you, Mr. Cartwright.
Got the mail, huh? Good.
Yeah. I'm afraid there's bad news in the paper. Friend of yours, wasn't he?
Yes, he was a friend of mine. Nels, did you hear anything around the lake?
No, sir. Not a thing.
This is shocking. I tell you, this is just terrible. I heard about this yesterday on the South Shore. What is this country coming to when even the officers of the law can't ride the roads in safety?
That's what a lot of people are wondering, sir.
Mr. Cartwright, this is Mr. Jameson Fillmore, a lumberman from San Francisco.
Fillmore?
How do you do, Mr. Cartwright? Yes, Cartwright, owner of the Ponderosa Ranch and this fine stern-wheeler?
That's right.
Well, that's quite an achievement, launching a ship this big so high in the mountains.
Well, Mr. Fillmore, I consider it a great achievement. And I can say that because I had nothing to do with the building or the launching of it. It was brought up piece by piece, on muleback, right up the side of the mountain. By the man who had the vision to do it. I merely bought it from him. Are you in the lumber business, are you, sir?
Yes, I am. And I've spent a great deal of time up here in Lake Tahoe, and
Beautiful, isn't it?
yes, it is. Frankly, when I saw your Bear Ridge stand of timber, I said to myself, I have just got to have it. So I took the liberty of bringing along 2 of my top timber cruisers.
Well, you don't waste any time, do you, sir?
And with your permission, I'd like to have them cruise that stand of timber. And after I get their reports, I'd like to be able to make you an offer that you cannot refuse.
I find no objection in that, sir.
Good. We'll need some pack animals and some horses and a place to camp.
No problem at all. You'll be wanting to start immediately.
Yes, we will.
Nels, now there is an enthusiastic gentleman. Business is picking up.
You made that introduction sound legitimate, Nels. Real legitimate.
Understand one thing. I won't see Cartwright hurt. You make one wrong move, and I'll tell him. You and all your men are ex-convicts.
Well, you say anything, and you'll go back for consorting with ex-convicts. You know, I was thinking, Nels, maybe there's some way I can help you raise enough money to send Julie back east to school. As I remember, that's all you used to talk about when we were roommates in apartment 214. Think about it. Everything you've ever wanted. At the bottom of the grade, the Reverend will be waiting in the middle of the road. We stop at the stagecoach, take out the currency. Remember, this time, it's $1 million. We load it into the Reverend's bag among his hymn books and his religious tracts.
Well spoken, brother.
Now, when the law hears about the holdup, they'll block the trail. They'll search the area, even for days.
Yeah.
Testy, what do you do?
Go right for the North Shore boat landing, across this hogback, down this draw, because that's the fastest, and then in that boat of Cartwright's better be there.
Dixie'll be there, because Fillmore and me are going to make sure.
Reverend?
I ride through North Meadows. I meet somebody, I start thumping my Bible. If it's a posse, I tell them I saw 3 riders headed away from the lake into these mountains.
You're forgetting something, Reverend. Something absolutely essential. You do not hurry. You are a preacher with all the time in the
I
world.
don't sweat, I don't strain, I don't lather my horse, and if you ever again raise your hand against me, I'll kill you. I'll do my job, and I'll make it look good.
Good? Perfect. Every man, every move.
Got the mail off the boat. Paul around?
Yeah, he's in there. You got something for me?
No, Joe, nobody loves you, I reckon. Of course, anybody loved you couldn't read and write no how.
Oh, you're funny. You're funny.
Anything there from San Francisco?
No, nothing. What, you expected something?
Oh, I wrote to the bank in San Francisco for some references on Mr. Fillmore. Although I don't really think we need any. He seems to be a gentleman, and he certainly knows the lumbering business.
Maybe he knows it. I don't think too much of the fellows that work for him, though.
Very hard to find good workers these days. You know, Hoss, even in the bosom of one's own family, it's difficult to find a hard-working young man.
What's wrong, Papa?
Good. Nothing's wrong, nothing. Why do you ask?
Papa, what are you worried about?
Honey, I'm just doing some heavy thinking, that's all.
Anything I can do?
You already have. All the time that I was in prison, I think I might have given up and died if I hadn't known that 2 people on the outside believed in my innocence. You and Ben Cartwright.
Well, Nels, we were just talking about you. Step down. Say hello.
What do you want?
Settle a wager. You know, we sit up here all day watching all the activities down on the water. And who should we see an hour ago getting on a horse riding away from the dock but our old colleague, Nels? And where should he be heading but on the only road leading to Ben Cartwright's logging camp?
I work for him. I can talk to anyone I want.
But not say anything you want, Nels. So you finally decided to be a hero. Throw caution to the winds. Warn Mr. Cartwright, huh?
No, sir. No, not anything like that. You told me that you're not planning anything. I believe you. I believe all of you. Yeah, we're old friends. We've been through the mill together. Why should any one of us hurt anybody?
Where's Papa?
I haven't seen him.
Well, he was only going to be gone an hour. I took a nap, and when I woke up, we're due to sail in 20 minutes, and Papa's never late.
Well, he and Ben Cartwright probably got to talking and forgot the time. I'll ride up there and meet him if it'll make you feel better.
No, that's all right. I'll do it. You got to get the Dixie ready to sail. You're the captain now, right?
Right.
Papa, I was so worried about you. 10 minutes before sailing time, and you sit here resting? Hey, Papa! Papa! Please! Papa loves the lake. He'd like it here. I still can't believe it.
Julie. It's gonna be hard. And the loneliness, that'll be the hardest part.
We found plenty of tracks, but lost them up in the shale. It still looks like attempted robbery. I think the killer saw him riding up the trail and thought he was bringing you the money for your loggers.
It's possible.
I don't think it was robbery. Nels Larson had been carrying around a big load of trouble. He was jumpy, nervous, not himself at all.
How long had that been going on?
A week?
Maybe he was sick or something.
No, it was more than that. At least, I think it was.
You know what he wanted to see me about?
He didn't tell me. He didn't even tell Julie.
If you hear anything, tell me or Clem. Meanwhile, you're the skipper.
Julie, you don't have to do that. I'll take care of it.
No, I have to.
You have a lot of friends, Julie. We'll be glad to help.
I know that. My aunt says I can come and live with her in St. Louis, and I'll go to boarding school, and I know I'll make a lot of new friends, and all the haters. Oh, why did he have to be killed? What was it? What kind of trouble was he in?
Julie, I don't know who killed your father or why. But I'm gonna find out. Or die trying.
you mind if I come in?
Looks like you are in.
Hey, that's too bad about Captain Larson. Ironic, isn't it? Killed for a payroll that he wasn't even carrying. Hey, notice you got your gun on.
Yeah, I felt kind of out of balance without it.
And a nervous little man with banker written all over his face handed you a pouch at the dock. If I were a betting man, I'd say, today was payday.
You know, funny you should mention payroll. When I was a kid, I used to read about robbers. I used to try to figure out how I could do it better. And since I've been working for Larson, I bet I've figured a dozen different ways to steal that payroll. Just to pass the time.
Just to pass the time.
Yeah, sure. Stealing it'd be a cinch, but, well, getting away with it's a tough part. But I just might figure out a way to do it. Just to pass the time.
Well, I'll have to give that some thought myself. Just to pass the time. Hello, boy. Come sit down, share a meal with us. Meat's tough, biscuits are like lead, but the coffee's hot.
Have you thought any more about what we were talking about?
Well, as a matter of fact, I have. Wow, looks like payroll day.
Bringing it this far was easy. Now you tell me how to get away with it.
Well, what's in it for me?
Half.
Sorry, I don't trust you. It's all too quick, too easy.
I think you're a big bag of hot air. I think you have no idea how I can get away with that.
Your privilege, my friend.
But I know how to do it.
Go ahead.
I need your help. A robbery. Somebody took it away from me.
Wouldn't believe you for a minute.
I think they will. If they find me with a lump on my head, and one of the robbers beside me, dead.
And just where do you think you're going to get yourself a dead robber?
Which one of those two can you spare?
You're not serious.
Which one?
The one in the green coat. Houston. He drinks too much anyway. My congratulations, boy. My sincere congratulations. How would you like to make 4 times what's in that payroll bag with no risk at all?
4 times?
4 times.
I'm listening very carefully.
Just take that payroll bag to the Cartwright camp like you're supposed to.
What?
Then go back to the boat, stay there, do your job until you hear from me.
All right. I guess I just have to trust you, don't I?
He's a real hard-nosed one. About as friendly as a porcupine.
How right you are, Houston. How right you are.
Wait a minute. What's this doing open?
It's all there. I opened it when I offered Fillmore half the payroll.
You what?
Offered Fillmore half the payroll.
I think you heard him right the first time, Paul.
All right. You start talking. You better start from the beginning.
Yeah, I better. Julie and me have done some hard thinking. And we're sure that her dad's trouble started when Fillmore showed up.
What's that got to do with this payroll?
Well, Fillmore's been feeling me out for a week. I set up stealing the payroll to test him. And I offered him half.
Well, young man, don't you think you ought to consult with me before you start doing anything like that?
Well, as it turned out, Mr. Cartwright, there wasn't time. If I'd have brought this up here before I went to Fillmore's camp, he'd have known I was setting a trap.
But he didn't take the money, did he?
No, he's after something bigger. He offered me 4 times this amount if I go back to the Dixie and wait for orders.
Paul, don't you think it's about time we get the law in on this?
What's the law got to do with it? There's no evidence. All we've got is candy suspicions.
I want to turn that suspicion into evidence. I'd like to go back to the boat and wait.
All right, go ahead. Candy, you be careful.
I'll be careful.
Got that rifle on your gun belt. Driver, climb down and unload the shipment. Hurry up!
Fillmore tell you to do that?
He told me, Reverend. He told me we don't need him anymore.
Well, don't try it with me, Testy. I don't surprise so easily. Besides, I'm much faster than you are.
Maybe. And one of these days you might just have to prove that, Reverend.
What happened, brother guy? You're a lame horse.
Why, no, Brother Foster. I'm just relieving him of his burden. Same as I lift the burdens of sin from the hearts of men. Anything wrong?
Plenty. Stage holdup. Double killing.
Oh, there's a heap of evil loose in this world, brothers. That's why I preach.
Brother.
I have seen the Sodoms and the Gomorrahs of the West. All the dens of iniquity. Can any of you stand without shame before the Almighty?
Brother, we haven't got time for a sermon right now. No offense. How long you been on the trail?
Well, I left Virginia City early this morning. I've just been moseying along, enjoying God's wonders and the comfort of His Word.
You seen anybody? Anybody at all?
Well, I did see 3 riders about an hour ago. Soon as they saw me, they lit out for that peak yonder like...
Thanks, brother guy.
All right, let's go. Like the devil himself was chasing them. You're all invited to the big revival I'm holding down at the South Shore.
Camp, nobody there.
Wow. They're probably out timber cruising.
Unless they can make a boundary without a compass.
That's right.
Mr. Fillmore. Wow. Ready to cast off, Captain?
We're ready to go in about 5-6 minutes.
It'll be a little longer than that. We're waiting for some passengers. Remember, 4 times the money is in that pouch. And today's the day you earn it.
Sorry, folks, we have engine trouble. Everybody ashore. We'll give a whistle blast when the engine's fixed. Shouldn't take too long.
Bless you, brothers. Nicely done. Where's Fillmore?
Up in the wheelhouse.
All right, Captain, let's get this tub underway.
Full reverse.
Mr. Cartwright, somebody hijacked the Dixie.
How long ago?
About 15 minutes ago.
That's right. I just stole Ben Cartwright's boat. Don't you think it's about time I knew what was going on?
Boy, you just became part of one of the biggest holdups in the history of Nevada.
How much?
$1 million. They can run until they drop. They'll never catch us.
What do we do when we get to the South Shore?
We don't. We turn into a cove before we get there. There's a man waiting with saddles and pack horses. Beyond that, the Placerville stage. Drivers bought and paid for. From there, to San Francisco. And then
a boat to Panama. How does that sound?
Great.
I've never been to Panama.
I like your style, boy. We're gonna get along fine.
Fillmore, you better come down. Found something you ought to see. She was hiding. We missed her when we run the others off.
It's the young lady's misfortune that she's here. Of course, it's our good fortune that Tahoe is the deepest lake in the world. 1,600 feet straight down. What's that fool doing?
He's trying to run our aground.
Stop the engine!
He's got the wheelhouse.
Drop the gun, or the girl dies. Houston! Tell Tessie to start the engines and get us out of here! Guy! Come up here!
You killed my father.
Well, you better be careful of that thing. It may be real.
Don't move!
Little girl. He's turning in.
Hold it. If we make a charge of that boat, we're running right into their rifle fire.
Cover me. Give me some running room.
Joe, they'll kill you the minute you set foot on that deck.
Not if I go in under the bow. Take her from behind where they won't be looking.
All right, wait. Wait till I give you the word. Hush! Now.
Yeah, thanks. We got 2 more down below. Get his gun.
All right, Mr. Drop it. Stand up and drop it.
Son, I have sinned grievously. Will you forgive me? Will you be merciful and forgive? Oh, Lord! Help this poor sinner to repent. Lead him back to the paths of righteousness. Now, son, you can't fault a man for trying to save his neck. Now, can you?
Julie, you remember now, we have an agreement. You have to write a letter once a week, and you have to keep your grades up, and you have to spend your summer vacations on the Ponderosa.
Oh, I'll sure try, Mr. Cartwright.
I'll be writing too, Julie, to tell you how things are on the lake.
Oh, Candy?
I'm sorry you're not going to be around to make a sailor out of me.
Hey! Come on, all you landlubbers, get ashore. We're heading for the south end of this lake to meet the stage.
Well, that being the case, Candy, if I'm going to make a cowboy out of you again, we better get started.
What's the hurry? I got 10 minutes left on my lunch hour.
And you got 20 miles to ride to where your work is, so you better start slapping leather. Julie? You have a good trip now.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Bye, Junior.
Bye.